All right. I think we got a better What If series this week.
Yeah. That one last week was a tragedy.
It was good though. Yeah, we Zach's birthday is today, and I'll announce it after we do the intro. So happy birthday to my guy. But we're trying it again. So we got a couple different angles. We got the Zoom thing going on. So we'll see how we make out today.
Well, hopefully we all right with it.
Last week was you know what? He gave an example. He said that looks like sandpaper.
Yeah.
And it kind of
did.
Look like sandpaper. But you want to get this started?
Facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn. I'd like to thank you for letting me be myself.
Welcome back, guys. It's episode 14. I'm Rahmonn.
I'm Darien.
And you are tuned in to Warm the Crib podcast. We're glad to have you guys back.
Facts.
I'm excited. We got a guest, which I'll announce in a few. But I just want to check in with my guy real quick, because if you have been an avid listener, you know... Yo, I think I text with your brother more than I talk to you during the week.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm pretty sure of it.
Kick.
Facts. I'm pretty sure of it. I know everybody texts more than they talk to me.
That's true.
I don't talk no fuck about it.
How was your week?
My week was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Work was the same shit as always, but I'm glad my boss was back, so I ain't have to worry about that other bullshit.
Yeah.
So that shit was light all week. So yeah, it's cool. How was your week?
Good, man. Like you knew, I went to Mike's graduation.
Facts.
I had never been to a graduation that big, so we had to get there early because of how packed the campus would be.
Sheesh.
So the graduation started at 10. We had to be there like 8 just to park and shit.
Yeah.
I was counting the seats while we were sitting there because I had 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think I counted like 7,000 seats. So
how the fuck did you just sit there?
Because you count one section, right? They usually have them in sections. So you count how many this way, multiply. They multiply that times how many are in that one column and in the other column.
Yeah.
I think I was close. So I was sitting there and I'm starting to think, because it's starting to warm up, because it was warm last Sunday too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, are they going to call? Because, you know, traditionally at a graduation, they call out every graduate's name. I was like, oh, we're going to be here till like 2. But what they did, because I had never been to graduation that big, they call out the school. So like if you're the dean or the head professor from the School of Engineering, they'll acknowledge you and all the engineering students. And, you know, you accept the rights and responsibilities of this degree, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it was cool. It was good to spend time with my sons and their mom, and we just had a good chill time.
That's what's up. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Then I took a couple of days off work so I could ease back in.
Yeah, you gotta ease back in.
Yeah.
That going back to work right after you do some shit. My birthday weekend, I just had that weekend off. I went right back to work Monday.
Oh shit.
Stupid. Stupid. I should have never did that.
But at least it wasn't like the previous week where you had your boss was out, so you went back
by
yourself. So
yeah, facts.
You got that going for you. Something else you didn't watch this week on my documentary shit. Have you seen Our Father or heard of it?
Was that the one you sent me?
I think I did send it to you. Did you get
my
to watch
fault.
it?
Nah, I ain't get to watch it.
If you guys haven't watched this, watch it, because I forgot to ask you before I go into Our Father. What are you grateful for this week, my guy?
Oh shit, we was jumping straight into it. I'm grateful for the memories that I make.
Okay.
The time that I get to spend with the people that I love, especially my wife. That's like my main.
Yeah.
All the memories we create together. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one. I almost want to copy it, but I am grateful for life. I'm gonna steal yours from last week, man. There's challenges, there's problems, there's solutions, there's good times, there's bad times, and I think all of the bad stuff make you appreciate the good stuff better. And either way, I was able to wake up and put my 2 feet on the ground this morning. So
Facts.
At a minimum, I'm grateful for that. So
real shit. You gotta be.
Godfather, real quick. I mean, Our Father.
Our Father.
Long story long.
I seen The Godfather. I seen.
Dude was a fertility doctor. He had a small practice. This was in Indiana. And it's funny, remember I was talking about that company I thought about working at in Indiana?
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if they were diverse enough because they were like 73% Caucasian in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other minorities are divided by like 14%.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So now I understand why after watching this show. So this lady was doing a 23andMe DNA test.
Facts.
And she found she had siblings, because what it'll do is it'll say this person could possibly be your sibling. This lady was a Karen, regardless of her trauma. She was definitely a Karen. But she started like digging into it, and turns out she found 5 when she first started. I think in 99 is when she first started researching it. Siblings. What they all had in common is all their mothers were treated at this infertility clinic. So dude was replacing his sperm with donor sperm. And when they talked to his partner, they were saying, like, even in a normal situation, they won't inseminate 3 women in the same area. They won't inseminate more than 3 women with the same donor. Just, you don't want to end up marrying and having kids with your brother.
Yeah.
So dude had did it so many times. At the end of it, by 2020, they found that there were 94 siblings.
God damn.
And dude justified it. It's funny, we were talking about religion a couple weeks ago, and dude used to justify it by this verse in the Bible. And then it turns out like there's this whole conspiracy theory where they really believe keeping your seed and the bloodline clean and getting your seed into the next generation.
Yeah.
Because he was like a head figure in the church, highly respected in the town.
Mm-hmm.
And then they really couldn't bust him on anything to the letter of the law legal, because you went in there for an insemination, you got inseminated. And all they finally were able to try him for was some like obstruction of justice because he lied about something.
Yeah.
And I think he beat that. I forget that detail now, but I think he beat that.
Yeah.
Dude has 94. And think about how many people you know that have done an Ancestry.me or a 23andMe.
Yeah.
Versus how many people who never have.
Yeah.
So they could be way more.
Facts. God damn.
People are sick. Anyway, I want to get to our guest. This person is like my big sister.
Right.
She's been in my corner ever since I moved to Delaware. We met when I first worked at Staples. Super inspiration. I couldn't wait to get her on the show. And the very first time I ever got to be on radio.
Right.
Was because she invited me on her show.
Hey.
So everybody give a big round of applause for Smack the Indie Plug.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's
We
good?
got to get you on.
What's good?
What's going on, Darien? What's up, Rahmonn? You know you gave me this name, brother. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. You can hear okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, you know, Smack the Indie Plug is the name you gave me, Rahmonn.
It is true. I guess before we get started, tell us what you're grateful for.
Oh, I'm grateful for life itself, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been through so much as far as health-wise. I am grateful that I wake up every day. You know, life itself. I don't care if I wake up in pain. I'm glad that I woke up. So I am so grateful for life itself.
Yes.
Facts.
I don't know how you could be in Delaware and not know who Smack is, but we do have listeners outside of Delaware. So tell the people who Smack the Indie Plug is.
Okay, Smack the Plug is basically, as the name says, I'm a plug to the artist, to the independent artist. I bring them the information they need to succeed. I'm also a curator. I have multiple platforms for independent artists to keep them out there so that people can network with them, so that they have another platform in order to gain more fan base. You know, I drop jewels. You know, I do it all, but I look at myself as an independent artist curator that provides many platforms for independent artists who are not there yet.
Okay. How'd you like start doing it? Like, did it come from like all loving music, or like what made you, I know you love music, but what made you like
directed you to that path?
Yeah, to go to the indie artist.
Oh, okay. What directed me?
Hang on one second. You're breaking up a little bit.
Am I?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good now.
All right. We good now? Okay, so my dad was a DJ and a promoter. And I followed my dad so much as a kid. And, you know, I was like, yo, I want to be like my dad, you know, and
Right.
that's how I got into the music. But it wasn't just like the music that was out there. My dad came in contact with artists who hadn't made it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my dad was just that mouthpiece to get them out there even more. And so my brother, and I think I told you the story before, my brother and I was the beatboxer and he was the rapper.
Right.
And I've just been so in the underground music scene and just been a fan of it from even when people didn't make it to the big time. So what directed me into the independent scene was when I was in college. There was so much talent. Nobody knew these people. So I started doing talent shows when I was in college.
Right.
Right.
know? And then from there, I just kept popping up, doing a show here, doing a show there. When I moved to Delaware, I saw that it was a need for it. So the nightclub that I worked at, I pitched the idea to them and we made it happen. It was called Trainwreck Tuesdays at Extreme Nightclub.
Okay.
And that's how I made my spot in Delaware. And I just began networking my butt off and letting them know what kind of platform I had. And it just began to grow and it went to different clubs throughout Delaware.
Oh, that's dope.
Right.
I didn't know your dad did something similar.
Yeah.
You had told me the story about your brother, but I didn't know your dad had did something similar.
Oh yeah, my dad, man, is they call him the Reverend Ike on the mic. That's where I get it from.
Right.
You know, Smack and Sneed Power Pack. I'm down some history. Some of y'all's favorite DJs had to come through my dad, Sneed, back in the day. That's who taught them how to DJ, you know?
Oh shit. Okay. One thing that I always admire about, like I knew, and we both agreed, we both wanted to talk to you about something, whatever it was. Because you got a lot going on too, and I'll let you talk about that. Actually, yeah, tell the guys what you got going on. You got 2 shows going on currently, right?
Yeah, right now I got 2 shows going on. If anyone doesn't know, me and my boy Delaware Chuck had Below the Surface Radio. So, you know, things happen in families and we had to take a break from Below the Surface Radio to tend to our families. I had my grandmother and he had his family, you know, and so we took a break from it. So I noticed I was missing something from my life with the pandemic. You know, he couldn't do showcases, but I love the indie music. So I started Smack Live Review, okay?
Right.
And then Facebook just kept shutting me down all the time. It wasn't allowing me to do what I need to do. So after talking with my boy Pat, and then I was talking about radio, I told him, I said, yo, I'm on this new radio platform, but man, I'm not liking the name of my show. I want it to be called Below the Surface.
Right.
So I had to rebrand. I was called East Coast Ballin' with Smack because I was on the East Coast and they were in another part of the country. So they wanted me to be East Coast Ballin' with Smack. And so it was pretty dope. And I just took everything they learned from me and told my boy about it. I said, let's get it.
Right.
Let's start our own radio platform. Below the Surface Revamped. It's coming back because the show is going to be revamped. And that time, I learned how to produce my own show. You know, I had people look out for me, give me the software. You know, I called you a couple of times.
Yeah,
so I asked you how
some of the drops we did, right?
Right. You did some drops for me, and I appreciate it because I had to learn how to put an hour show together first. Then I had to put a 2-hour show together. Now
Right.
that's where I'm at. So when we first launched Below the Surface Revamp, the love was so real on the radio platform that I am right now one of the top listening radio shows on this network. Like people are actually tuned in to me at 7 p.m.
Right.
7 p.m. on
And
Tuesdays,
that
right?
comes 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, and then they run me back again on Wednesdays and then again on Fridays. I was like,
Okay.
wow.
Okay. Zach will put
I
the
was like,
information
man,
down
this
here.
is amazing. Yeah, Below the Surface Revamp. It's on Live 365 in the mix. Catch me out every Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yeah, we'll give the people a link in the comments and stuff so they can check you out.
Oh, yeah.
And then Saturdays at 3, which we super appreciate you because we know you were doing other shit, your own shit today. Saturdays at 3. I think
Saturdays at 3 p.m. is me and my other. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Saturdays at 3 p.m. is Relationships Aren't Easy. It's a podcast that me and my girl do. And it's talking about different things with relationships. Maybe we can help people, save their relationship. Our relationship, we've been through a lot. We've been together almost 5 years now. We're both bosses. We're both public figures. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so we also both have busy schedules, but we make our relationship work. And if you go and, on our YouTube, and you'll drop the links for that too, you can check us out and see where we've come. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy trying to be in a relationship and you both are public figures trying to, keep that going and your relationship going. Plus you both bosses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
I love though too how like
hard.
you guys blend, like you have your own separate entities in your brand, but then when you come together and do stuff collaborative, you blend together well too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. I
everybody
didn't watch
says that.
today's yet. I watched last week's. That was my first time watching it all the way through.
That was
You
the
guys
one
had me
about
cracking
being
up.
in the faves.
In the faves.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. Smack.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel good when people say that. I like hearing that when the people agree with me.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
I was gonna say before I forget, we said it in the pre-prod, but shout out to Zach. Zach is not here again today, guys. Hopefully you were watching video because we got some better setups and I watched some more YouTube videos.
You see that? He had to say hopefully.
Because we thought we were good last week too.
We did.
Happy birthday to my guy, Zach.
Big facts. Happy birthday, my guy.
We were gonna
Happy
try and get together
birthday.
earlier.
Happy birthday.
But we had the schedule. So the way we met, for those that don't know, we work together. And Vonda is one of those. Vonda reminds me of one of my best friends, James. Remember I told you, when people are super passionate, they're often misunderstood. Like people don't take the time to peel back the layers, so maybe they think they're too intense or maybe they think they're mean. But I always feel like when somebody like that, there's something deeper there.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to find out before I ever judge, right?
Right.
And the conversation I wanted to have with you is, with all your endeavors that you put 100% into, you also put 100% in wherever you work.
Facts.
And I'm curious about it as a creative, because sometimes I feel like I'm pouring more into one cup than my own cup. And then other times I feel like I do so much at one, I don't have energy for the other. And I struggle back and forth trying to balance them out.
Yeah.
I want to know how the hell you do it. I think it's important for people to hear, because I think we have more creatives and entrepreneurs and potentials ever in the world, or I think more people know that it's a possibility. You don't need a big network to start a podcast. You just record it and put it on YouTube. You don't need a label to put a record out.
Yeah.
And so I think you have more people that know it, but they may struggle because we still need to live and pay bills. How the hell do you do it?
Well, for me, back then when you and I first met, I wanted to be the best. And anything that I do, that's always at the forefront of my mind. Right. I want to be the best. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So I always have this mindset, doesn't matter what happened yesterday, what am I going to do about it today? So I want my next day to be better than the last. So when you talk about balancing the two, I always want to be that best tech supervisor because I need that money in order to keep my other mission that I really want to take off going.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that means, okay, maybe a raise or whatever, and then eventually I became a sales manager, you know what I'm saying? And I just love to talk. I love to sell things. And I think I have a good pitch for anything you place in front of me. You see what I'm saying? If I know that eventually there is something on the other end of it. So that's why there were plenty of times I've heard you ask me in the past how you do it. Go and do a show, not get home till about 4:00 in the morning and got to be to work by 11 because the grind don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to become so uncomfortable. See, when you become comfortable, you're not going to give your best. You got to always remain uncomfortable. That's with anything you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anything you do. I can't think that, okay, yeah, I'm number one on this radio platform that I'm on, But man, I'm trying to shop my show. I got to go even harder. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not just trying to be a sales manager. I eventually, maybe I want to be a general manager. Maybe I want to get in one of those executive spots with I go harder. You know, after everything is said and done, then I can rest later.
Okay.
Right. It makes a lot of sense.
It does make sense.
You know what I mean?
How do you deal with so I'm going to ask the question knowing the answer. You ever had anybody at work not understand your drive?
Oh yeah, a whole lot of people don't understand my drive, and you know, even in what I do in radio, I got a team. Lots of times they don't understand my drive because I'm so passionate, and when it's your, you know, just like your brand is your brand, you're very passionate about it.
Right.
You're not gonna let somebody else come in and try to destroy that. You see what I'm saying? So when I was at work, a lot of people used to take. They didn't know how to take it because they're so direct, number one.
Yeah.
Yo. Mad direct.
Like, you know, and I, you know, I've just always been a direct person. And it's only been, you know, in that field of work, it's only been, I'm going to say probably 3 people who really understood me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, boss man, and the district manager who's gone now.
Right.
Those only 3 people who understood me and they could see my passion. I just wanted to be number one. How would you feel if something you worked for all year round and you still not in that number one spot?
Right.
Yeah.
It make you go harder the next time, right?
That's true.
Facts.
It's funny. I used to.
All right.
Darien's worked with me, and he's heard me say that I'm the best salesperson ever.
You should say that. That's an affirmation.
You should feel that
It is an
way.
affirmation. But I was gonna say that I learned so much from you, and the one of your many talents is that you are not afraid to talk to anyone about anything that's necessary. No precursor. No, this is the mission. This is what I need to talk to this person about. Like when I've gone to a couple of showcases and she be on me like, yo, get out there, talk to this person. You need to talk to that person. Like the gift of gab.
Yeah. Facts.
I got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if it's something you want, you know, one of my mottos, and I try to tell a lot of my friends who are curators too, who are out here striving to get something, you got to go with these acronyms, WIFM.
What's
you
in it for
remember
me?
me telling you this?
Yep.
There it is. What's in it for me? And I learned that somewhere through my training in retail management, WIFM. What's in it for me? I don't know what training it was.
Right.
But I started applying that to what I love to do for independent artists. And trust me, a lot of my stress started to leave because I noticed I was doing so much, but I was doing it just to be doing it and not getting back what's in it for me.
Right.
Not asking that question first. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important when you're pushing your brand and your business. What's in it for me?
No, that makes a lot of sense. And I think you use the same, you spin it when you're presenting something, whether it be you selling yourself or at work and selling a product, you present what's in it for the person in front of you.
Facts.
Right? So before you ever ask them for anything, you know, they feel like they're getting some value from even being in your presence and talking to you. And then you're gaining something as well.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. You know, I wanted to share something because I don't want us to get too far. I was watching one of y'all shows and you were talking about self-care.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I do now.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
Is I do facials on myself.
Oh, I thought you was gonna tell me you finally got the pedicure.
Nah, ain't nobody ready to see these toes.
Thank you. I've been saying that.
I haven't got that far,
Okay.
but I do. I went and bought some mint jojoba, something really makes my face feel good. And I do that at nighttime and in the morning.
Okay.
And I want to say that my face is starting to look better. And that gives me time to talk to myself in the mirror.
Right.
And do myself affirmations. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Okay.
But that's a good point.
Yeah.
Facts.
I didn't even think it. Man, we've been learning so much.
Real
these past
shit.
couple
God
weeks.
damn.
Our whole audience is getting some information too.
Facts.
How do you have you? I'm sure. Have you been in a relationship and they didn't understand the time you needed to put into your brand or why it was important to you?
That laugh says it all.
Now, in my current relationship, that's not a problem.
Right.
Because
Right.
That's why I said have.
Yeah, have.
yeah, oh yeah. They were. Yes, I have been in a relationship where they felt as though not enough time was being given to the relationship, and I had to reiterate, well, when you met me, I was doing this.
Right.
So, and I let you know who I am, and you saw who I was,
Right.
and that's what came. That's what brought you here. So, if this is becoming a problem, you gonna have to get on about yourself. This is me. I come first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you start out though, like not now, obviously, you're in a happy, committed relationship. But in the past, when you met somebody new, did you say, listen, this is me, this is what I'm passionate about, and it requires this percentage of time from my life. So are you going to be good with that?
Oh, well, what I let them know is like, look, the first thing I let them know is I'm a moody person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like to have space. I don't like to be on someone up on top of me 24/7. My girlfriend sitting here looking at me crazy.
What's up, Peach?
He said, "What's up, Peach?" She said, "Hey." So I like to have my space. Like let me, go over here and be creative and do what I got to do. When I'm done, we bring it back in. You know what I mean? But in all of my relationships, this is the first thing I let them know is I'm moody and I like to stay busy.
Okay.
I don't want to say like I got ADHD, but I like to stay busy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my mind is going all the time. If I were to show you my phone right now, there's so many notes. When something comes to my mind, I'm putting it in my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't forget, like I need to come back. But I let them know that I'm very passionate about what I do. And that comes first.
Okay.
And if you're not going to try to help add to it, as my other half, to show me how to make it better, then you gotta. And then I don't want to be with somebody that ain't gonna support me. And I've been in relationships like
it's
that.
tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with that.
I wanted to give you kudos, huh?
No, I was about to say, if you're not supported, that's not gonna work. Like
No,
it's not.
It's like it's like you got the whole world already fighting you, and all the odds in the world
And
against
then that one person
and
is
then
still
the person in home
the one
where
that
it's
you
supposed to be
expect to
safest.
be. Yeah, that
It
shit.
doesn't work
Yeah,
out.
that does not work out.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship where I'm thinking they into me. They end up smacking the indie plug.
So wait, you got the same problems that like a girl dating Spider-Man or Batman?
Yeah.
Are you in love with the superstar or are you in love with me?
It's crazy. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's crazy. Like, you more worried about what shows I got, and I'm trying to make, a date so you and I can go out.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, are you in love with Smack the Indie Plug or are you in love with Vonda?
Facts.
Which one is it? And,
Facts.
I had to let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I want to give you kudos for? I heard you say it. I don't think I ever heard you say it out loud. And I heard you say it last week on your show when you admittedly said, I'm moody. Which is factual.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever heard you admit it. Like, is that new?
Yeah.
Have you always just admitted to people that?
No, that's not new. That's called growth. Being with the woman I'm with now, I let her know in the beginning I'm moody, you know what I'm saying? But to say it outright, you know what I'm saying? Because she helped me see myself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, darn. So that means all these years, everybody else was seeing me that way. And so I've learned how to tone it down and how to not come across in that way. You know what I mean? I mean, it's still a work in progress, but I probably have lost some friendships because of my moodiness. Because I'm thinking like my friend knows my moods. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But everybody don't really know that. So I am a moody person. One day I could be up, I could be down. And that's been me, to be honest, all my life. I've
Right.
been through some tragic things in my life. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that always brings me back is music.
Hey.
That is my therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, it's called growth. When you got a strong woman like God that's going to tell you about yourself and still love you.
Yeah.
Preach.
You know what I mean?
Priceless.
Preach. That's a fact.
Hang on. What'd you just say? It got broke up a little bit.
Here, when she started telling me things about myself, I started writing them down, right? And
Okay.
then when the situation would happen, right, I go back to those notes and I'd be like, yo, she's right. Man, Smack, you better get your stuff together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I used to have little talks with myself. I wouldn't talk back, and then they say you crazy. I did, little talks with myself and balance myself out. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
got to.
But yeah, I'm moody.
Um,
And then I had our boss man put me in check about my moods one time. He said,
I can imagine how that went. You know what he's good about though? You know what? I say this to him all the time. Like I've gotten to watch him coach people, and regardless of if he feels a certain way, he conducts a really honest, to the point coaching session about a person.
Right.
Like the ones I've had and ones that I've witnessed, like they're very honest, they're very to the point and direct, void of feelings, but just this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives it clear. There's no wondering where you stand.
With boss man, you know exactly where you stand.
And I appreciate that.
Facts. You got to.
I appreciate. He told me about my spiritness and talk. He was like, you know you're wrong. I need you to go out there and apologize. And I'm like, I'd be like, he's like, don't be batting them eyes. You was wrong. And I got.
Hang on, you're breaking up again.
I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm a straight phone. I don't know what problem is. I gotta give it to Boss Man because it's probably a lot of people who probably didn't see me getting as far as I did because of my mood swings, because I'm direct, because of how I just carry it. One day I could be in there radical and just start making noises. People probably thought I was crazy at the job, but it's just because I was so happy.
Yeah.
You know, it might have hit a milestone and it happened at work. You know how many times the million mark was there.
Hang on.
The million mark for below the surface. I was like, hey.
Go back like 2 minutes. You cut out again. Not 2 minutes, but like 20 seconds.
20 seconds. I was going to say 2 minutes. What did I say? I was just like, you hear me?
Yeah.
He was there when I hit that million. And I went through the store screaming, hollering, acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
that right. I was at that party.
Thinking I'm crazy. Yeah. So, like, I'll just start, something happy happen and I just get excited. I must start trying to pray. And people know how to take that. They just see, it's just laying me out about myself. They're doing a praise dance. And so they used to think I was crazy, but it's not. It's just that I got so much going on and not at work that I hit the million mark for listens on my show. I just broke out in a prayer. I was rejoicing at work, and that's where I found out. But they went to the manager and told him that there's something wrong with me.
Did you find you got that same hate like out in the indie scene? Like I've got a couple of classic Facebook rants. Again, you being vulnerable and not being afraid to do anything. Like you would go out and air situations out. It's almost like sometimes the live is your personal journal. And I've kept some of them because I've got some good sound bites to use.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, usually, usually I don't get into all of that. But when I got haters out there, and that's just all it is. Yeah, but you know what it is that can't nobody say I haven't been consistent for the past 20 something years.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And I'm going to keep it all the way real. I'm about to be 50. I've been doing this since I was in college, but I've been consistent for over 20 years. And can't nobody take that from me. Now, I don't really say too much. I let them talk their trash. But when you personally attack me, remember I used to have the necklace that my assistant gave me.
Yeah.
And it was a plug. You gave me the name Smack the Indie Plug. She bought me the plug, and that was the first little rant. They threatened to come and pull my chain. I said, you want this chain? You ain't got to pull it. You can have it, because it was costume jewelry. It was a thought. And I didn't feel like I had to explain that, but it made them look crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And then the other situation was with an artist that I was working with. I think you got the sound bites off of that one. I went in. Everybody told me calm. Yeah, they told me calm down. I think you're gonna bust a blood vessel. But when you give your all, that's when I first noticed is like you can't give more to an artist than they gonna give to themselves. You feel me, Rahmonn?
Right.
And I was over pouring into that artist. You feel me? I'm talking taking my own money, dressing this artist, putting him in position so he can win. Did his distribution for him. They got him out there. And for you to think that I would try to do anything, it hurt my feelings. But you were sending this to someone else, but it came to my inbox. And I snapped.
Damn, that's dirty.
To the point where...
You dirty son bitch.
That was dirty. But
and
then
it's crazy that I don't want to cut you off, but the thinking to me is so crazy because I know the love you had, right? And the love you give. If you're not working with somebody just for a transaction.
Nah, you fucks with that
person. You got the love that you're genuinely pouring in, plus you're making your own investment with money and time. Why would I be against you?
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah. And so, since then I haven't managed. It's hard for me. So many people come to me and ask me to manage, and I tell them, you can't afford me. That's what I tell them. But I don't even manage anymore. I don't manage artists anymore. You can pay for my time, and we sit down and we'll build a package. Build a, what do you call it? Like a timeline for you.
Right.
I do that with artists, teaching them artist development. Because a lot of artists just think that because they're a registered artist and they registered the track, that's fine. Half of them don't even know about split sheets, So when you want to sit down with me, it's a charge.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Knowledge is power and it's worth something.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because you had to take the time to get it. That's interesting too. Because I started out now, like if it's somebody I know or don't know, before we get into it, all right, let's figure out these splits now, so that there's no conversation. Even when we started the podcast,
so there's no.
We
confusion
talked about like
later.
what at different levels. What if this happens? What if this happens? What do we agree on? Because I think sometimes people don't realize what could happen, and they never talk about it.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't think it's gonna go where it can go, and then they don't. And
they get to that point, and then they never talked about it, and then shit ends.
Yeah. There it is.
Said, I'm Michael, motherfucker.
5 heartbeats too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you gotta have, and that, contracts and everything say friendships too. And I teach that to my team. I need y'all to look at these contracts, and I need y'all to sign them.
Facts.
Yeah. No.
If you don't agree with, let's go over it, because contracts say friendship.
It makes sense too, because like you said, everything's pre-agreed upon. So when situations arise, there really are no questions or gray areas because you pre-agreed upon it. I got another question for you. So below the surface, the platform is you highlight only bangers, and that's quote from the site. How can people submit music to you?
Newmusic at belowthesurface.com.
Yep, we'll put that right on the screen.
I'm gonna tell you, I had it at Smack the Indie Plug at Below the Surface, but I had to change it to New Music because it was just getting oversaturated with stuff that didn't have to do with music. So now I have a team that goes through the new music, and whatever they feel is not a banger, we kind of all sit around and listen to it. It goes out to the different emails. There's 3 other people it goes to, and we decide if it's a banger or not. But I'm thinking about bringing back Trapper to Scrapper.
Okay. Quick question too. I remember this because there was a brief period where I helped be part of the team, and I used to help you filter through the emails. And you always had a big contention when somebody just sent a MP3 with no information, like the song name, the name of the artist. What should people include when they send a track in?
Okay, when they're sending in music, you should have a small bio, at least your name, where you're from. If you got a project dropping, send the cover art and send your track in MP3. Now you can do waveform because I can do wave too. So you can send it in MP3 or wave. And please label your music.
I don't know how you cannot label your music.
You'd be surprised how many emails came in and they said like audio 1.
Like I'm just supposed to know what the fuck this is. Like the fuck you think this is? like I'm reading your mind, cuz like nah.
and you know it's crazy as if it's a really dope song. I have other people who are in my network. I might want to send it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I belong to some DJ pools. I might want to send it to the DJs that I network with in these pools. You know, be like, yo, check this.
Right. You know how unprofessional that'd be to get a random ass email with no information, just music?
You know how many came through that email box?
That gotta be annoying as hell.
It's crazy, man. They don't label the music and they get mad with you, you know, and just like, you know, people are saying Below the Surface Revamped. Like I said when I posted the flyers, and I say all the time, you can't get mad with me. You're not in the show. You got to ask yourself, did I email my music? I tell you, ever since I started going at that direction, now I'm getting all this music, and not all of it's good.
Yeah.
That's why I want.
I mean, some of it ain't going to be.
What was I going to say? Shit. That's not bad. I got this far without forgetting my thought.
Yeah.
That's really good. We're talking about music, the emails. I did want to give a shout out to Delaware Chuck, who used to be your partner on the original Below the Surface, and
he's still in the mix.
Okay, producer, DJ. He's got a podcast called Once Upon a Time on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Apple Music and Spotify. Yeah. And if they're not talking about music, they putting together some dope mixes.
Oh, shit.
Like it's barbecue time, it's hot as shit outside.
Right.
You don't know what to play, you're not sure of a playlist, just tune into Once Upon a Time on a Tuesday.
And he also does the mixes, he does independent mixes for me.
Oh, okay.
So he's still part of the show, yeah.
All right. Good guy. That's what's up. Cooking on his channel sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
cooking with Chuck.
Dude. And he's got bars.
Right.
Like his pen is legit.
All right.
You can check his music out on Apple Music too. So,
oh yeah.
What's one thought you want to leave anybody listening if they didn't pay attention to anything and this is the only time their brain is focused? What do you want to tell any kind of entrepreneur, not necessarily just a musician or artist?
Yeah, I want to tell anybody who's working on anything, never become comfortable. Always remain uncomfortable. Because once you become comfortable, you become, it's complacent and you're okay with the way things are. So if I could leave you with one thing, I would be like, if you've been doing something for a year, right?
Okay.
And you don't see any change, you got to switch up the formula. This is something I tell everybody, no matter what your business is. You may need to put a multiplication sign in there. You may need to put a plus sign. I mean, you need to add some people to your team. You may need to put a subtraction sign. You need to delete some people from your team so that you can get better. If you're doing the same numbers or getting the same results year after year, you got to change up the formula, baby.
Yeah, facts. You gave me that honest conversation about 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's true.
And
you got to keep reinventing yourself.
Real shit.
Mm-hmm. That's why you see my marketing is always changing. You keep saying the same thing, you already know what it is. But if I change up, I'm like, well, that's different. Let me go check it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to keep drawing you back. You got to keep them hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate your time.
100.
I know it's precious.
Facts.
And few. I'm gonna let you guys get back to you. Either you're welcome to listen in while we close out the show, or we could disconnect now. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm gonna listen in.
All
I
right.
just want to say this. You can put me on mute, but I do want to say this, man. I salute you, man. I want to tell you, I believe in giving people the flowers. I tell you all the time how proud I am of you. And Darien, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Last time I saw you, you didn't have dreadlocks, bro.
Facts.
Ask him, is that Darien?
Yeah, she was like, who's that guy that you do the podcast
Oh,
with?
shit.
I had to ask her. I was like, wow, he looks so different. But I just want to salute y'all. You know what I mean? And what y'all got going is amazing. I may not, catch it the day it drops, but I go back and listen and I pick up jewels from y'all, things that are helping me. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
and I love, yeah, real talk. You never too old to learn some things.
Facts.
And
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, we got to do those affirmations and that self-care. You got to take out that time for self. I'm a firm believer in that now. So I want to say thank you for real. All right.
I appreciate
Facts.
that. And
Appreciate
you
it.
guys are kind of tuned in because me and Smack will do that randomly, just text each other y'all, I'm proud of you shit.
Right.
So, and tell people around you, like seriously, guys, tell people around you that they're doing something. It may not, it's always the tough ones that seem like they don't need that shit. They need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't hurt anybody to say, I'm proud of you, I love you. Like, I used to be I'm not telling the guy I love you.
Yeah, that
I
motherfucker.
tell my guys I love them all the time.
That's facts, though.
What's your final thought, sir?
My final thought: try to be a better person, live to the fullest, and do what you want in life.
Okay. You reminded me too, and I say it all the time. I think the reason I get bored is that's my body's way of telling me I'm getting comfortable and I need to step it up and elevate it or change it up a little bit. And when I go through these periods of stagnation and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong and I won't motivate myself, like I'll know I need to get up and do something. And I got to keep myself uncomfortable. That's what that is. I'm getting too comfortable. So I appreciate you reminding me of that. Like Smack said, like I'm echoing, don't let yourself be comfortable. If you want something, you got to get out that comfort zone.
Facts.
I'll end with my new thing that now that I remember it, I can say, guys, if you don't have it together, and if you have it together, keep your shit together, your self-care, your happiness, your inner peace, and your time management. Thank you all once again. Thank you, Zach, for editing this unprofessionally shot video.
We miss you, bro.
We miss you, bro. I hope you are partying it up and living it up for your birthday.
Facts.
We'll have to have a drink on camera together. See, we didn't even drink today.
Facts. We ain't even. And the heat too, motherfucker. So we were sweating bullets wondering how this gonna come out.
Yeah, but we appreciate every single one of you guys.
Facts.
Appreciate you again, Smack. You guys, the way you listen to this, if you're watching it, is to go to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, or Stitcher, and you can listen to it there. Darien's best advice is to watch it, listen to it, or listen to it, and then go ahead and watch it. And sir, where can they interact and share comments and ideas and thoughts with us?
At Warm the Crib. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. At Warm the Crib. And I'm still working on them damn videos for
TikTok.
Yeah, it's taking me forever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And this shit start making my head hurt, motherfucker.
But we're working on it, guys.
Fact.
Appreciate you guys. Talk to you next. I think next, that's a conversation afterward. Never mind. Peace.
Peace.
You want to do it again? Because you were so happy we got it.
I was. We got it twice, 2 weeks in a row.
All right, so we appreciate you guys. Until next week. Peace.